Have you jumped through the registration hoops and are ready to start collecting GST HST from your customers? Excellent! I can see that you are a responsible business owner. But what rate should you charge? Well, like many things in the Canadian tax system, it depends. Isn't it obvious? You may be thinking this is a silly topic. Isn't it obvious what GST HST rate you should charge? And yes, it can be if you are selling goods or services to customers in the same province that you live in. For example, Greg is a plumber and lives in British Columbia. Greg gets service requests and does the physical labor at his customer's location, all of which are in British Columbia. Greg does not provide any services to customers in other provinces, and both the sale and delivery of his services occur in BC. Greg will charge GST HST at the rate in effect in British Columbia because none of Greg's services are sold or consumed in other provinces. If you are wondering what rate is in effect in your province, check out our GST HST Quick Start handout to learn what rate you should charge. Now, things get more complicated if you are selling to customers outside of your province. Selling outside of your province. Selling outside of your province is complex because of what I call location-based sales tax rules. These rules are honestly a huge pain in the butt for most business owners. Know that your pain and griping are echoed by bookkeepers, accountants, and other business owners. So what are location-based sales tax rules? At its most basic, they require the GST HST rate to reflect your customer's address rather than your production address. This can suck because GST HST rates differ across the country, and to properly meet your sales tax obligations, you'll have to be flexible in the rates you charge. Whether you are shipping a physical good like a pillow or providing services like consulting, if you receive the address of your customer in a different province and then bill and ship to that location, you will need to charge GST HST at the rate in effect at your customer's geographic location. A great example of this is my own business. I provide Knowledge is Power videos, quick action PDF handouts, and do-it-yourself Excel templates through TaxWorks' membership subscriptions. All of these helpful resources are created, produced, and uploaded in British Columbia, but I need to calculate GST HST in effect in my customer's address. Now, if these location-based sales tax rules weren't complicated enough, there is more to think about. What if a third address comes into play? What if you live in Saskatchewan and contract with an Ontario-based service provider to do work in New Brunswick? Maybe you bill the Ontario head office, but do the actual work in New Brunswick. What rate should you charge? Well, I have some good news. CRA does recognize that these location-based sales tax rules are complex, and if you need extra assistance, they have a GST HST technical division, which can help walk you through your specific location-based questions. I've put their contact information in our quick action handout available on our website. Now, sometimes these location-based rules can be beneficial. For example, if you are a software developer invoicing your American client, you do not need to charge GST HST because GST HST does not exist in the United States. This is one advantage of location-based sales tax, but most of the time, they're a pain in the butt. Now, before you nail down your GST HST rate, remember the 3 categories we talked about in our first GST HST video. Some goods and services are considered exempt or 0 rated, and if you need a refresher, go back and watch our GST HST video on when to register for a full breakdown. What if you messed up? After watching this video, you may have realized you've made a mistake. If you've charged the incorrect sales tax rate, there is a fix, but it isn't a pretty one. If you've overcharged your customer, you will need to modify their invoice and refund any excess GST or HST they paid. For example, if you charged your BC customer 13% HST rather than 5% GST, you'll want to refund them the extra 8%. Alternatively, if you have undercharged your customer, you can modify their invoice, increasing the taxes payable, and then try to attempt collection. However, this can admittedly sour your business relationship and could impact your future sales. Instead, you may wish to choose to cover the difference out of your own pocket. If you are required to collect 13% HST from your Ontario customer, but only charge them 5% GST, you will need to recalculate and remit the extra 8% of sale tax, or you'll be looking at an unpleasant audit situation. Alright, I hope you found this video helpful when deciding what GST HST rate you should be charging. Check out our quick action handout on our website if you need more guidance. That is all I have for today. I will see you in another video. Bye for now.